Okay, this video is entitled 4chan versus the Online Safety Act. How the internet's wild past is being erased. Now, every time you go online, the walls around you are growing higher. Filters, verifications, surveillance, all this for your safety stuff. Trying to protect our children. Trying to protect us. But long before all this, there were a few corners of the web that refuse to sort of bow down, and one of these is called 4chan. Now, it's the type of site governments love to hate and blame for everything and everything. All of society's woes sometimes are down to sites like this. Yet this type of site is something which helped define freedom on the internet. And today, as the Online Safety Act is trying to tighten its grip and cross transatlantic borders even, it's worth asking, did 4chan really break the internet? Or did it show us something about what we've lost? Now, it'd be a bit much to call 4chan the last truly free place online. But 4chan launched in 2003, a very simple image board with no accounts, no tracking, and no algorithms deciding what you see or what you're interested in. It's utter chaos and it's pure freedom. If you look at the site, you can see it's birthed memes, hacker culture, and a generation that grew up believing that the internet should belong to people, not corporations or government. It's certainly not perfect, but it was open, and anybody could speak, joke, share, or disappear in an instant. There's not many platforms like this anymore. Of course, total freedom comes with chaos, trolls, hoaxes, leaks, and yes, serious problems. In 2014, the Celebgate leak saw stolen photos spread on 4chan. I'll just show you, this is the story where a US man started a phishing campaign to steal private pictures and videos from films and TV stars, and he posted loads of them up on 4chan. Then there was Gamergate, which exploded into a huge war and some nasty stuff, to be fair, going after female gamers a lot online. And years later, lots of extremists have tried to hijack that same anonymity to spread hate or violence. There was another example where a suspect in a murder case posted pictures of he'd killed his girlfriend, and he posted pictures up on the 4chan message board. So there's some nasty stuff on there. But here's the uncomfortable truth. These events didn't prove that anonymity is evil. They proved how powerful it is. It removes filters. It reveals the best and worst of us, really. And instead of learning to manage that complexity, governments chose the simple answer to just try and control it. So, in 2025, the UK's Online Safety Act has demanded platforms like 4chan identify users, verify ages, and report harmful content or face crushing fines. Of course, that's going to be difficult for a site based on anonymity, like 4chan, to identify users, verify their ages, and report all this stuff. You might as well saying, remove the site, because it's the complete opposite of the site. So it was obviously going to be one of the first sites targeted by the Online Safety Act. But remember, it's not a UK site at all. I mean, it's viewed by UK users, certainly, but it's based in it started in Japan, I think, sprouted from a site called 2chan, and then it's really a US site now, although it has got a lot of roots in manga and anime stuff. But Ofcom basically sent this list of demands to 4chan, asking about verifying ages and how much it makes and stuff like that, which were promptly ignored. 4chan couldn't really do anything about it, to be fair. And they fined it £20,000 for just refusing to comply. They can't... They either close down or they follow the Online Safety Act. It doesn't work both ways. You can't force identity checks on a board built where nobody has an identity. It's basically not safety. It's raising the last traces of digital anonymity. I can't say that word online. So, look, 4chan is not a saint. It's messy, offensive. There's been some nasty stuff. There's been some brilliant stuff, really. And it can be quite a dangerous place. But it's also a kind of pressure valve for people online, a space where people could express what they think, experiment, and challenge authority without fear of being cancelled, logged, or watched. If you've ever used Facebook, you've noticed when they introduced the anonymous feature, nearly every other post now seems to be from an anonymous user. Originally, it was supposed to be people using their real names, but I don't know about in the stuff you read. But so much now has that taken out, and they're all anonymous user 23754. The internet has learnt moderation, activism, and even meme warfare from the chaos of things like 4chan. And it's telling that same governments now that pushing safety laws learned their strategy from studying sites like it. 4chan's given us a pretty unfiltered look at digital humanity, but it's just decided that governments have decided that we're not allowed to access these sites, and it's using things like the Online Safety Act to destroy them. So the irony of safety here is the Online Safety Act says it's about protecting users. In practice, it's really about removing the risk by removing all freedoms. So you can't be anonymous. You can't post stuff without your identity or your age being online. The cost is once you give up this privacy, when sites like 4chan's are eradicated from the internet, you won't get this sort of stuff back. As soon as you upload your ID to prove your age, when you post a scan just in case you do something awful, remember, we built an internet that used to trust users first and then fix problems. Now it's going to be the other way around. Freedom is messy. It's why it's important. So what do you think? Should the internet be completely safe? Should we all have our IDs and ages verified before we go online? Even if that means losing anonymity, or should we just accept a little bit of chaos online to keep our freedom? I don't know what you think. I hope you can gather what I think, but let me know in your comments. I'd love to hear your take on this. Okay, thanks for listening. Bye for now.